Take two. That's my phone fucking is unreliable. Hey guys, it's Jessica from Elite FTS, and I'm with my schoolmate, Heather. We're doing this again. Touching her biceps. We are on the way back to Pittsburgh. We left the house around 6 a.m. this morning to head over to Ohio State. Alicia was gracious enough to invite us to the OSU BarBELLES powerlifting team finale event. I was really excited that Julia Ladewski was going to be the speaker. She's been a great friend and mentor, just with powerlifting, life general, stuff that I want to do, with coaching, and just personal goals. She's been an amazing guidance and person to talk to, and she's helped me with a lot of like resources and stuff. So I'm really glad that I went to this event because I knew it was going to tie in with what I'm doing right now with this video and talking to you guys. So basically, I brought Heather. I invited her because she's very big in powerlifting. She's all about the empowerment, female in a male-dominant sport, what have you. So you want to talk about your takeaways?
So, in a little bit of a background before I talk about Julia, you know, my takeaway is I've done a lot of different barbell sports, and I've met a lot of different people, and I believe that the most realist people that I've come into contact with have been those in the powerlifting community. These women in strength, they're incredible, and they're great mentors. And I've been fortunate enough to be introduced to a group of people that are FTS athletes, or elite FTS athletes. I don't know if you go by FTS.
No.
Let's call yourselves
Elite FTS.
Okay. I don't know if you have like...
I mean, there's Elite Fitness. That's wrong. That's incorrect. It's Elite FTS.
Elite FTS. So FTS stands for fitness. I didn't know if there was
we're not really about all the fitness.
Okay.
We're just meatheads.
Yeah, okay. Which is another takeaway, because I like
I guess.
But fast forward to today. This is the first time I've gotten to one-on-one with Julia. One of her main reasons for being there was a barbell, women who what specifically did they barbell sports?
So Alicia is a personal trainer, I guess, like director. She oversees like all the programs going on at OSU. Specifically, what we're talking about is the BarBELLES, bells being all capitalized, which is a women powerlifting team. They're set into a 12-week program, and then I believe Alicia has like a speaker to kind of wrap up the whole thing and kind of give this, you know, here's my present to you. I hope you kind of grasp what the, you know, program really is and what it entails. It's more about like it's more than the physical aspect. It's more like it's the emotional empowerment, what we were mentioning. So that's why I wanted to bring Heather to kind of experience that. Meet Julia, obviously, because she's obviously a huge
mentor in the fitness or strength
just
community.
in the industry in general. So so you want to finish?
So when Julia was talking, she didn't have a specific topic per se. Her interaction was more just talking about how she evolved, where she started, where her struggles were, where her accomplishments were. One of the biggest things that I identified with is she said when she first started, she started for the wrong reasons. And I think as a female, a lot of people can identify with that because in general, being a female is hard as it is. And then when you try to fit yourself into strength sports, it makes it even harder because if you have this specific mold where you don't have the mental health to go along with it.
Yeah, the mental toughness that goes along with it. I guess like Julia's, I love the way Julia kind of laid it out because with, obviously this is my goal, talking to you guys and being as real as I can be. And Julia gave a perfect example of what that is. And that's why I'm so glad that I made the time to go out and and see her, and be involved with, you know, Alicia and her Barbell team. So she was really just talking storytelling. It basically is, she was just kind of exposing herself and being very vulnerable. It wasn't a perfect path. It wasn't like, you know, she decided to powerlift and bodybuild and bam, that's it happened. It was a journey. There was struggles, and that's obviously something that we can all relate to. As far as Heather just mentioned, it's like a general thing. She obviously said personal stuff, but it was just more about, you know, if you put in the work, along the way, obviously you'll hit some bumps in the road. Eventually you will find yourself and who you are in that journey, as long as you are constantly questioning one. I think that was like one of the main, like, why are you pursuing powerlifting, or why are you pursuing running? What is the root of the motivation to do it, or what is the root of the why? Like, why are you putting yourself through this challenge, essentially? So it's like that hit home for me as well, because I guess I'm caught up in the now, that I really don't go back to where I was, and that obviously we have these interactions where it kind of makes us question, like, wow, like, that's makes us go back and think. And it's like, you know, I've progressed so much in the years that I've started strength sports, but it's like I could relate to Julia, as in, you know, I did go into sports maybe for the wrong reasons. It was maybe pleasing others, or she gave a perfect example, actually. She wanted to stand out. Maybe that's why I wanted to do that. And I can relate to that, because it's like, you know, my brother was very involved in sports. I wanted to do something for like bigger than who I am.
Well, I mean, she gave the example, specifically your funeral. I mean, she didn't want to be morbid about it, but when you die, what do you want to be remembered as? In the fitness, or in strength. It was more in strength. And, you know, you're not going to be remembered for your 400-pound squat. You're going to be remembered for the difference or the inspiration that you left behind. Like, you inspired someone to, and I mean, sometimes people lose so much focus on that. And that's what kind of turns into being involved for the wrong reasons. Like, why are you involved? I think I saw you write that down. Why are you involved?
So I had a funny thing. I had a notepad out ready to write notes to kind of pick Julia's brain as she spoke. And I honestly was just listening. I wrote one thing down, and it said, and I wrote, "Why did you start?" ? And I think that, one, it is a loaded question, but it makes you think, really, the root of the motivation, root of the problem, whatever you're going through, and it kind of like just progresses from there, and it brings you all these types of answers, and you're like, oh, well, that's real, that's what it is, that's what motivates me. So it's not how Julia was talking, it wasn't her story, it's just a matter of like finding my story, how I can impact the industry or the powerlifting community. We all have this strength in us that kind of, I have my strengths, Julie has her strengths, Heather has her strengths, and we can share that with you guys to kind of make an impact together.
Exactly.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter, like I said in my first initial video, I said finding my voice. I think I know what my voice is. It's just a matter of expressing it to you guys. It's a matter of being open. It's a matter of being vulnerable and not really overthinking this whole thing. So, I mean, just in this second video alone, I've learned so much, and I feel like right now I'm comfortable with saying, hey, I'm trying to figure this out, you know?
We're figuring out together.
Yeah, exactly. So that was my takeaway. It was as simple as it was really that simple, and I really overcomplicated it, and so I'm glad that I have the support that I do. I really, I'm really humbled. I'm very fortunate to have a team or have friends or mentors like Julia. I reached out to, or I have Casey as well. He is a person that constantly pushes me, and that's why I think we do so well with each other, because we're always wanting to grow. challenge each other, because we always can be better. We're not set in our ways. Julia also mentioned that. It's self-talk, for example.
How toxic you can be to your own.
Yeah, it's just the way you word things to yourself. It's like, I am who I am, or it is what it is. We say that sometimes, and it really isn't. It's like, well, no, how can we change that? What's the solution to this problem? How can I be better at what I do? How can I be more interactive with other people? How can I help other people? So it's like all those things you have to constantly work at. It's not going to be a one-day thing, and you're going to tell yourself, hey, be a better person. It's like this is something that's going to happen gradually and over time, and it takes a really, really, really long time, as she mentioned, Julia.
I think that's what she was the most vulnerable about.
Yeah,
because she wanted to make it clear that where she is now did not happen overnight. It's not, we've become a world of instant gratification that so many people now have that mentality that now, I want that to happen now, but she wanted you, the message was she wanted you to understand that over time, you have to work at it. You have to accept trial and error. And actually,
she cried.
She made me cry. She just did. I'm an emotional person, but she was legit. Some of the things she said, you just know. For me, if you trigger a tear, you hit something that was legit.
Yeah.
And one thing that I can say for Yessie, and now that I know Julia and knowing Casey, a lot of people that aren't as involved in the industry don't realize how accessible these people are. If you reach out to them, they will respond to you. They're here to help you. That's what they do. So being, not realizing that, because you see people that are kind of like an elite level athlete, you're like, oh, that's cool. I could, what am I going to do? You don't realize how you could actually walk up to them. Like, that's why I'm in the position that I'm in right now, because by
just reaching
out
like
and meeting new people.
Yeah, it's just like a chain of events. It's like, obviously you came to Union, you wanted to find this type of environment, and you found it. Yeah. So once you found that, it's like a ripple effect. Well, I know these people, I can get to know these other people. Casey and I are obviously there for you, but we don't know everything. Yeah. If we don't know something, we're going to help you find the solution, and we're going to be like, hey, this person is really reliable. They're very informative. You should go talk to them. So it's like just a matter of finding the right people. Again, and it's over time. Finding the right people, and they will even direct you to other people, like just more people that you can kind of interact with, kind of pick your brain. And that's just how it's like a family is created, like an environment is created where it's like it's just support, and it's good. So that's kind of our takeaways.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's a lot of takeaways. I actually didn't kind of
realize?
Yeah, I didn't sum that up till, that was pretty good.
So, I'm glad I drove the 3 hours there, and the 3 hours we're driving back. I'm glad Heather was able to come with me and kind of experience that. And again, this is just like a light bulb where I'm very fortunate to be part of Elite FTS, and to have the environment I have and the support that I have. So hopefully you guys can relate to what we're talking about. Maybe we did a little bit of rambling, a little bit, but that's okay.
But that's what we do.
This is what it's about. So so thanks guys. If you guys have any questions, any topics you want me to go over, anything like that, just general training, how to take a selfie in a crop, whatever. I'm there for you. You didn't think I would say that, huh? Anyways, guys, thanks, love ya, and I will see you next time.